All right, let's take a look at a real life example because these are our favorite. A vacation resort offers surfing lessons and parasailing. If a person takes a surfing lesson and goes parasailing, she will pay a total of $175. On Friday, the resort collects a total of $3,101 for activities. How much does each activity cost? So the two activities are surfing lessons and parasailing. Um, we want to define our variables. So make sure that you guys are, if you're going to use an X and a Y in algebra, we have to talk about what X and Y equal when we're in the context of a word problem like this. So we'll let X equal the cost of surf lessons. And let's let Y equal the cost of parasailing. The question that's being asked, that's what your variables are going to represent. It says, how much does each activity cost? Well, the two activities are surf lessons and parasailing. So X represents the cost of the surf lessons, Y is the cost of the parasailing. Okay, so let's write an equation. We know that if a person does this and they do this, it's going to cost $175. So that's one equation. The cost of a surf lesson plus parasailing equals $175. We also know that on Friday, the resort collected $3,101 for all the activities. And over here in the picture, we can see how many people did each activity. X is our cost of surf lessons. Let's see, 20 people went surfing. So 20 people paid the cost of our surf lessons. And then in addition to that, we had 16 people that paid the cost for the parasailing, and that totaled $3,101. So there's our system of equations. Solve the system by substitution, and then we can check our answer on the graphing calculator. So substitution, we're going to take an equation and isolate a variable. This x and this y both have a number with them. So we're not going to try to solve for this x or solve for this y. We're going to try to find, sometimes I'll call it a lonely variable. Hey, find a lonely variable. It's a variable that does not have a number with it. Those are easy to solve for and you can isolate in one step. So up here we have x plus y equals 175. Let's isolate either the x or the y. So maybe I'll isolate the x by subtracting y from both sides. So x equals 175 minus y. Okay, so now that I have x alone, x is equal to 175 minus y. I'm going to substitute it into the other equation for the x. So it's going to go in right there. And I'm going to write our new equation, 20 times 175 minus y plus 16y equals 3,101. And now we're going to solve this equation. All right, let's distribute that 20. 20 times 175 is 3,500. Then distribute the 20 to the negative y, so it's to be minus 20y plus 16y equals 3,101. Before we do any solving steps, combine like terms. So 3,500 negative 20y plus 16y is a negative 4y equals 3,101. Let's solve for y. Our 3,500 is going to go to the other side. It's positive, so let's subtract 3,500 from both sides. I'm going to transfer my work over here. That's a negative 4y we want to carry equals 3,101 minus 3,500 is a negative 399. And then just divide both sides by negative 4 to solve for y. All right, so y is 99.75. Well, y represents the cost of parasailing. So it costs $99.75 to parasail. To find the cost of a surf lesson, we're going to take our $99.75 and plug it in to the equation into the box that we created. Oops. right here, because that's going to tell us what x is. So x equals 175 minus our y, which we just found was 99.75. 175 minus 99.75 is 75.25. So we just figured out that, I don't have anywhere to write this. Hopefully you guys are writing smarter than me. Let's see, we will just push this off to the side a little bit more. So parasailing cost $99.75, and surf lessons cost, what do we just get? $75.25. It said to also check the answer by graphing. So here's on the graphing calculator, I just did the intersection of those two equations, and you can see the x was a 75.25 and the y was a 99.75 where those two lines crossed, and those are the solutions we found for x and y as well. So we can feel good that we got the right answer. Okay, so next question. On Saturday, the vacation resort offers a discount on water sports. To take a surfing lesson and go parasailing costs $130. That day, 25 people take surfing lessons and 30 people go parasailing. A total of $3,650 is collected. What is the price of each activity? All right, we're going to run through this one more time. It'll go a little bit faster since we just talked through it the last time. Same variables, x will represent the cost of the surf lessons, y will represent the cost of parasailing lessons. So they said that they did a discount and you can do both activities for $130. So x plus y equals $130. 25 people take surf lessons, so 25 times x, plus 30 people go parasailing, so 35 times y, and this time the total was $3,650. So substitution, isolate a variable. We have some lonely variables up here. Why don't we go ahead and isolate the y variable this time so we can subtract x from both sides. So y equals 130 minus x, or how about if we write negative x plus 130? That's normally how we would solve for y. All right, put a box around that. We're going to take that and substitute it into the other equation for the y. So we're going to write out 25x plus 30 times negative x plus 130, we substitute it in, equals 3,650. We're going to distribute that 30. So 30 times a negative x is a negative 30x. 30 times a positive 130 is 3,900. Before we solve anything, let's combine our like terms. 25x minus 30x is a negative 5x, plus 3,900 equals 3,650. Subtract 3,900 from both sides. Negative 5x equals negative 250. Divide both sides by negative 5, and x equals a positive 50. That means that at this discounted rate, surf lessons cost $50. Good deal. We can take that 50 and plug it into our equation up here. We know that y equals a negative x. We just found that x is 50 plus 130. Negative 50 plus 130 is 80. So y, the cost of parasailing, is $80. So our final answer is, on this discounted day, surf lessons cost $50 and parasailing cost $80.